fight and you may die. Run, and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Okay, here we are, and we are back. We are back. Welcome back to the Smoky Room, a place where like-minded people can gather and complain, talk about cigars, talk about current events, talk about the end of the world, or the end of our country. Which seems to be quickly coming upon us. So the main thing that's going on right now, I believe anyway, is that a lot of people, a whole lot of people, are scared to death that our country as we know it is ending. And I just want to say, yeah, you're right. It is ending. The country as we know it is ending. So, what do? You see, during the Revolutionary War, when our country was being founded, it was said that there were two kinds of soldiers. There was the winter soldier, there was the summer soldier. The summer soldier was a way of saying that the summer soldier is the guy that's only going to fight when the weather is nice, no rain, no mud. He'll be there. He'll be there to help you out. The winter soldier, on the other hand, is the guy that's in it through thick and thin. I mean, he's there no matter what. He's there in the heat, he's there in the rain, and he's there in the snow. So he is there. The winter soldier is. Now, what's that got to do with anything, actually? I don't know. I just thought I'd mention it. Oh, that's good. French roast coffee. Very dark, very flavorful, and has a good punch. Which brings us to if our country is fading away right before our very eyes, is there anything that we are going to do about that? Are we going to be the summer soldier that's there to, help out only when times are good? I'm not. I am not. You got to be one of those people, okay, that's willing to fight no matter what. You got to be willing to take your lumps. And you got to be willing to give some lumps. We are really at a point in history. I don't know. I don't think there's ever really been anything like this. Well, there never has been anything like this before. The country's been through world wars, and we survived that. We've been through the influenza. We've been through AIDS. And I kind of have a little bit of a problem with that one. Because I don't remember Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I do remember that there were some people recommending quarantine for people that had AIDS. Nah, that just wasn't politically correct in those days. You can't do that. You can't pick out one group of people and, make them feel like they're less than, I guess. But they're sick, and we don't want you giving it to anybody else, but oh well, we're not going to quarantine you. And I will be fixing the glare on my glasses here soon, just in case. Let's see if we can. Does that help, man? So, here we are trying to figure out what to do. We got an election coming up in less than 100 days, and if Donald Trump doesn't get elected, we are in a world of hurt. We need some people that can motivate hundreds of thousands of people to get out in the streets and show our strength. I really do believe, see, look, there comes a time when talking stops. Case in point, there was a lot of negotiation going on in the 1860 or 61. I think it was 61. Well, yeah, it was 61. Anyway, there was a lot of negotiation going on in 1861 between the South and the North. And from what I've read from a Southern author, the book was actually published in, I think it was 1869. He was a journalist for the Richmond Times, one of the leading papers in Richmond, Virginia. And he wrote a history of the Southern point of view in the Civil War. And I read some interesting things concerning how the whole thing really kicked off. And what was happening was the South really didn't find it too amusing that Uncle Abe and a lot of other politicians in the North weren't really taking them very seriously. The South said, "Hey, look, you got to get your guys out of Fort Sumter," and the North said, "Yeah, I can't make that decision. I got to give it to the president. He's not here right now." And this went on and on and on and on and on until finally the South said, "Hey, we're not playing with you. Get your guys out of our property." It was their property. So they got the guys out of their property. And that's where we're at, folks. The time for words is done. I'm not saying close the lines of communication. But I'm saying there comes a time when you got to look the bully in the eyes and say, "You ain't doing this to me anymore. And here's why." Okay? Whether you lose or not, at least you go down honorably. At least you go down, feeling like, "Hey, I tried. I tried." How the hell do you think George Washington and that group of guys he had faced the superpower of the world at that time? The frickin' superpower of the world. When Washington first saw his troops, when he first met his army, it was a drunken mob, basically. Hey, look, I give him credit. The guys had some testicles, but they certainly were not an army at that time. But yet they managed to give us what we have today. And we live in a very ungrateful society, it's due to us, really. I mean, I call it the soccer mommy mentality, where everyone gets a trophy. And you see what, like in the streets of Portland, we are looking at the fruits of that whole wonderful social experiment. Now we have kids out there that believe that, everything is owed to us. We don't really have to follow, society's rules. We can do whatever we want because we are freaking special. No, you're not. You're not freaking special. And just trying to figure out how it's all going to go down, how it's all going to go down. And whether or not anyone watching this actually understands what the bottom line of this whole thing is. I mean, do you think this is all just coincidental, that all this is happening right now? I'll give you this, that we have a president, for whatever reason, I've never seen a human being hated so much other than Jesus Christ. Huh? Why is this guy so hated? Is it his hair? Or is it something else? You see, because before he was president, he was he was friends with a lot of these people that want nothing to do with him. Oh, but before he was president, they wanted a lot to do with him, especially his money. And that witch Hillary Clinton was one of them. Yeah. Yeah, she was one of them. But he becomes president, and all of a sudden, my God, the Republicans, some Republicans, I believe, hate him more than Democrats. And that's where they got you. Because we are stuck in that frame of mind that there's Democrat and Republican. Oh, yeah, the Republicans are for rich people. The Democrats are for poorer people. They sold you that bowl of goods, man, and we bought it up. Until this guy gets elected. And then we see the Obamas sitting with the Bushes, sitting with the Clintons, staring at Donald Trump with hatred in their eyes like I've never seen before. What does that show you? Come on, folks, what does that show you? There's no difference. There is no difference between the Democrats and the Republicans, okay? They all come from the same club. They all go to the same swimming pools. Hey, the Clintons and the Bushes were going on vacation together. My God, can you imagine? Jesus, God. How do you have fun? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to even go there. It's nightmarish. But, yeah. There's no difference. And they proved it to you. Hey, you could see it for yourself. Really. And you're wondering, Joe, what's the club they belong to? Well, one of the clubs they belong to is known as the Council on Foreign Relations. What is the Council on Foreign Relations? A lot of people call it a think tank, where, kind of like the Smoky room, we share ideas here, and the good old CFR gather around tables, and they share ideas also. The difference between the council and the Smoky room, well, they don't have these flags. This one is the flag of the Army of the Potomac. They were known as the Yankees. A new addition. That way I can confuse people. Wait a minute. He's got the Confederate flag. Maybe he's not a racist. Maybe he just likes history and would like to keep it. So, the council has an agenda. A big agenda. Like Daddy Bush said, it's a big idea. And we are going to win. Remember that? Remember that speech he made? The New World Order speech. And, a lot of people... Well, no, the world order he's talking about is not the one you're thinking about. It's a different world order, Anyway, a quote from 1972, April 28th, as a matter of fact, from the Congressional Record. Congressman John Rarick. Oh, boy. Anyway, he stated, the prestigious CFR, dedicated to, wait for it, dedicated to one world government, financed by a number of the largest tax-exempt foundations and wielding such power and influence over our lives. The CFR is the establishment. Not only does it have influence and power in key decision-making positions at the highest levels of government to apply pressure from above, but it is also but it also finances and uses high-level decisions for converting the United States from a sovereign constitutional republic into a more servile member state of a one-world dictatorship. Make no mistake about it, folks. It's real. And it's here. We are quickly moving into a cashless society. That is one of the things they want to do. And, my red pill moment, and if you guys don't understand the lingo yet, being red pilled is meaning I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I'm one hell of a singer. You know what I found out yesterday? Calypso Louis Farrakhan. He was a musician. He was actually a calypso singer. I didn't know that. I tend to do this, it's ADD. But anyway, getting back to the One World Government and the Council on Foreign Relations. Yes. It is here. And my red pill moment, when I really got to start seeing things for what they were, or are, is when the whole illegal immigration crisis started. And I'm thinking to myself, how is this possible? We are the largest superpower in the world, but we can't control our borders, but we're willing to send kids to faraway places and kill faraway people. Afghanistan and Iraq. We'll do that. And we'll protect their frickin' borders, right? Not ours. So, the obvious question is, why? The answer is, it's deliberate, folks. It's deliberate. They don't want borders. Hillary Clinton's book, It Takes the Village People to Raise a Child. What the hell do you think she was talking about? That kids don't belong to you, they belong to the world. Hey, huh? You want Hillary and Nancy raising your kids? Isn't that you know what they could kiss. So that was my red pill moment. And then after that, also seeing Building 7 come down, which the only building in the entire history of the world that came down and looked just like a professional demolition, but it wasn't. You know what it was? It was the office furniture that caught on fire and caused that to happen. Actually, I believe it was Lee Harvey Oswald, Elvis Presley, and the guy that killed Abraham Lincoln that got together, okay, and set the explosives in that building, and you know, and set the furniture on fire, and yeah, and that's what happened. American people buy that kind of nonsense, right? Right? But as time goes on, I think a large segment of the population does not believe Lee Harvey acted alone or wasn't even involved, or as he as he said, I'm just a patsy, which I truly believe he was, and there's a lot of reasons to believe that. But getting back to the problems at hand, the situation we're in now is dire. I mean, it really is. It's yeah, we got our backs up against the wall, and they're just going to keep tightening the screws. So, hopefully you are armed, and you have ammo, lots of it, and you know how to use your weapon, because you're probably going to need it. You know, you're probably going to need it. The globalists are not going to give up. They're going to go down fighting just like we are. I believe this. Now, I am not talking about Antifa and BLM. You know, once I believe a few of them get shot in the head, they'll give up. Yeah. They want to think they could go around killing people and beating people up. Well, yo, Antifa, come and get it, baby. We're waiting for you. Come to the suburbs, man. Come on, please. As Clint Eastwood would say, make my frickin' day. Yeah, come and try and take what I got. Please come and try. At least that would be excitement that I would think is worth something. Like, okay, look, you know, I'm going to really accomplish something here. At least now I know what I'm fighting for. Rather than this nonsense of wear a mask, don't wear a mask, go on a cruise, don't go on a cruise. No singing in church, though. No, you can't do that. No singing in church. That's too dangerous. But if you want to gather and protest and burn stuff down, please be my guest. And the governors and mayors will go out and join in on that with that crap. And you know, can you imagine that you're living over there and you voted for these bozos and you wonder what the, you know, what's she doing? He's out there protesting with them. And then you realize, boy, did I make a mistake. So, this is where we are at. You know, it's not a whole lot of fun. It's making a lot of people very, 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 very crazy. This whole thing. It's too much, you know. It's too much stress. But it seems as though a lot of people are waking up. You know, they're just saying, hell with it, man. We're just going to do what we want. And I love this movement that's taking place of these Christians that are gathering on beaches by the thousands and singing as loud as they can, even though some of them really shouldn't, perhaps, sing in the shower, okay? But yeah, they're standing their ground too, man. And they're on their way to Portland. So that should be very interesting, you know. And there you have it. And next installment of this, I think I might talk a little bit about Horace Mann. Today we only touched on the Council on Foreign Relations, and that's for you to look up. Do some research on the Council, please. It's been around a very, 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 very long time. It evolved out of other, I hate to use the word secret societies, but it evolved out of other clubs, you know, the Milner Group, and then I think it was called the Group. It was also called the Round Table. And then some guy named Harry Schwartz, I believe it was, said, "Hey guys, I got an idea. Let's call this the Council on Foreign Relations." And they all said, "Yay, what a name." Do we get business cards for that? Anyway, so there you have it. And that's what we're going to do. Listen, keep smiling. Especially around here, huh? Keep smiling, okay? Stay in touch with the Lord in times like this, please. You got to have an anchor. You got to have a rock to stand on, you know. Because Christians are going to be very persecuted. You know that. I know that. BLM already mentioned it. Well, they're already doing it. They're attacking churches, tearing down religious statues. The one I don't understand is why they defaced Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Two very racist people. Jimi Hendrix, he's a left-handed guitar player. Why would you deface Jimi Hendrix's statue? I would love to ask one of them that. What the hell did he do? And Stevie Ray Vaughan just wanted to sing the blues. He didn't bother nobody. Come on, folks. As Sleepy Joe would say, "Come on, man. You know the thing." Good old Joe Biden, huh? Elder abuse. And I ain't even joking. He's got a lawsuit on his hands if he wants one, you know? Hey, he could blame it on Hillary Clinton. Sue the pants off her. But they wouldn't do that. They are all in the same boat. They all worship Baal together, I believe. And they're just, you know, they're just evil individuals. I gotta believe that, because some of the stuff that these people are doing is, boy, it's bad, you know. So keep the faith. Keep yourself strong physically. Water, food, alternate source of energy, your medicines, ammo, and guns. Be able to pick up and leave if you have to. Alrighty? In the meantime, this was installment 3. I'm glad you showed up. And until next time, folks, have a good one.